Good afternoon and welcome to Play It Loud. It's a dreary Saturday afternoon out there, so I thought I might just kick back and relax and show you what I've been working on this week. And as you've probably guessed by the name of the video and the screen before you, I've been working with Windows 3.11. I've been actually it's been more than that. I've been learning all about virtual machines and setting up different installs of Windows, and yeah, it's been a really interesting week for me in that regard. Actually, I've done things I haven't done in years. I had to edit an autoexec.bat file the other day. I barely even remember. Anyway, so but this is the ultimate upshot of it, and though I did learn a lot about things like VirtualBox and all sorts of stuff, and I've got a Win95 install on a VirtualBox that I would like to show you at some point. Today I'm showing you a Win311 install in DOSBox. I've basically made for the first time what will be a proper DOSBox install. Previously I've just used the Defend front end, which has been really good to me, but I wanted to try and do something a bit more traditional. So this is a DOS machine with Windows installed on it and an absolute stack of games. It needs organising really badly. I'll show you File Manager here. It's an absolute mess. A lot of the file names are too long. Some of the games at the moment I still need to install. I've installed a few Windows programs on it as well, which I'll show you. But the main point of today's video is I'm going to show you just, some of the stuff I've been doing with Windows 3.11 and some of my memories with Windows 3.11, which it means a lot to me. First I'm going to show you Hearts. Not for any particular reason, just because I happen to really like it. This is the program that taught me how to play Hearts. This is the program, one of the first programs we got. Okay, I'll explain the story. So we got a 486 in 1994. No, 95. It was 1995, and I can tell you that because it was the week the Windows 95 came out. But ours didn't come with Windows 95. It came with Windows 3.11. Windows for Workgroups 3.11 specifically, this exact version. So we oh, it's diamonds. And it came with a CD-ROM drive. It came with all sorts of goodies that I was really excited about. And it came with Hearts, which wasn't on previous versions of Windows. And of course, this version of Hearts, the Microsoft Hearts network, is designed to show off the networking capabilities of Microsoft's Windows for Workgroups. It's a nifty little program. I wasted a lot of hours playing this with friends in high school over our school's computer network because it was the only game we could get to work on our school's computer network. However, if you had Win 3.1 or any variety thereof, the law was that you had to own a copy of Windows Entertainment Pack. I've installed all 4 Entertainment Packs and the Best of Entertainment Pack for your delectation today, because really, what else was I going to install on a Win 3.11 computer? Here we see in their natural habitat the very original Entertainment Pack games, including Minesweeper, which proved to be so popular that they included it in all later installs of Windows. Well, up to a point. I think they stopped doing it at about in Vista. Here's Entertainment Pack 2, which is where we get FreeCell from, another game that became a staple part of Windows, and a conversion of Pipe Dream on the LucasArts game, which is quite good. If you carry on to Entertainment Pack 3, you will see the classic Ski Free, which usually takes top billing here. This was, I believe, the version of Entertainment Pack that we had when I was a kid. The first version, at any rate, because we had Ski Free and we had Klotski, and I believe we had Life Genesis because I remember never being able to work it out. The others, I'm a bit more vague on. I can't remember them very well, but I know we had those 3, so I'm assuming this was the one that we had on the 286. We got the rest later when we got the 486. And this is Entertainment Pack 4, which is the best of the Entertainment Packs. It's got Go Figure, which is a little math thing. Chess, Tic Tac Drop, which is like Connect 4, but with crazy boards, which I always really liked. Dr. Blackjack, which taught me how to play blackjack. Jez Ball and Maxwell's Maniac are both excellent games, but of course the highlight here is Chip's Challenge. Yeah, Chip, you're going the wrong way. That's because I'm hitting the wrong button. Yeah, so this is Chip's Challenge. This is the Microsoft Windows conversion of the original game for Atari Lynx. Of course, it was ported to just about everything ever. The creator of this game did not care for this version because it all snaps to the tiles. In the original versions, things moved a bit more smoothly between the tiles, but in this version, it's just all on the grid, so you can't really tell what way the enemies are going all the time, which is a bit annoying. But I always had fun with it, and I reviewed last year on the blog that goes with these videos. I do keep a blog, although I haven't updated it in a while. I reviewed Chips Challenge 1 and 2 when they came out on Steam. And the conversion of Chips Challenge 1 that was on that was much closer to the original, the Lynx version. It had the smoother animation. But I found myself really longing for this version. Because even though I can appreciate that that version is technically better, this version just is so... It's pure nostalgia. That is the only possible reason that I could want this version over that one. But yeah. So this is probably the highlight of the Microsoft Entertainment Pack. And I wasted countless hours on this when I was a kid. I want to point out I was never any good at it. When I was a little kid and first played this game, I absolutely sucked. I couldn't work out level 9. So really I only got past the tutorial levels. And I am disappointing though that is. It was still one of my favourite games. I mean, I must have played the first 8 levels like 100 times. As you can tell, I know exactly where everything is in this. But yeah, it never bothered me. Okay. Hit the fire boots first. Now, it doesn't matter what order you do them in, as long as you only do it one at a time. If you have both sets of shoes, you're stuffed. So get the flippers, and now I can... Ooh! That's it. And get the second chip. I feel like I've forgotten something. No, I haven't. That's all good. So yeah, this is Chips Challenge. It's an all-time classic. Didn't, of course, help the Lynx beat the Game Boy or anything, but it's still a really good game, and this is a really... Like, I mean, I appreciate that this is not a perfect version of it, but I still like it. That monster used to scare the living shit out of me. This is Nuts and Bolts. This is the level, the 9th level, the first true level of the game, and me being like 8 years old at the time, the one I always got stuck on. But hugely enjoyable nonetheless. I was always baffled, and maybe it was a rights issue, but when Microsoft ported the Best of Entertainment Pack to Game Boy, which is an absolutely atrocious port, although the only good way to play card games on the Game Boy, when Microsoft, they didn't port this to it, despite this being the most obvious fit to the Game Boy out of any Entertainment Pack game. There's a really bad version of Ski Free on that, I gotta say. Absolutely misses the point of everything good about Ski Free. I might look at it someday in a video, but I don't recommend it at all. Up. Green keys in this can be used multiple times for reasons that are never fully explained. Every other key you can use only once, but green keys you get, like, you know, several uses out of. Oh, Jesus. Bummer. Yeah, bummer. Oh well, we'll leave that there for now. More to show you. So yeah, that's Chips Challenge. It's a great game. What else have we got? Let's have a look at Jazzball. Jazzball's another classic. Windows time waster. At some point, casual games got really, you know, sort of... what's the term? People go casual gaming, ugh, like it's a horrible thing. But sometimes I just want a game that I can play without really thinking too hard, and... Oh, yes. Yeah, you did. You can play without really thinking too hard, and... Try that again. Oh, come on, get in there. You know you want to. Yes, you did. And, yeah, I might be listening to music or something. I'm not playing this very well, because I'm talking all over it. You might be listening to music or something. You might just want something light and diversion. like a light diversion. That was totally what I meant to say. And yeah, for me, these games are some of the best in that regard. Can I trap it? I used to be so good at this, but I really haven't played it in so long. But you can trap them down in one little block, but I can't today apparently. All right, let's leave that. And let's go back and let's have a look at one of the earlier games. So this is the Windows version of Tetris. And as with most Windows 3.1 games, you got to hit F2 to start a new game. It's not a bad conversion of Tetris by any means, but it is slightly frustrating because it only has a hard drop, which it carries over from the DOS version. The DOS version only had a hard drop. This is a basic port of what had been up till then the basic version. It was the Nintendo version on NES that introduced soft drop, I believe. Or at the very least, it introduced down being the soft drop. If you've ever played the Nintendo version, going back to anything else can be really confusing. Oh, I've stuffed this. I love Tetris, and specifically, I got to admit, I'm a massive fan of the Nintendo versions. The DS version has been my favourite for years now. But this is, this is an appreciable time waster. If there was no other version of Tetris I could have, this would do in a pinch. It's, not going to win any awards for innovating with the formula or anything, but you can see why this was probably on the box of Entertainment Pack 1, this was the game it boasted about. Of course, of the two, Minesweeper went on to be more associated with Windows, but they were clearly really happy to have licensed Tetris because they probably knew this came out, I want to say 1990, so Tetris for Game Boy was pretty big at that time because the Game Boy came out in 89. That's a bit better. And so they were probably really thrilled to have the license to get Tetris into this pack, which is why it was advertised on the box. But of course, Minesweeper was the one that stuck as a part of Windows. Anyway, cute little version of Tetris. I'll leave that there. What else? Ski Free, of course. I was going to show you. I don't know if I want to show you Ski Free. Let's try something else. Let's do Rodents Revenge. I love this game, and actually, one of my cousins brought it up just the other day. Well, not just the other day, like at Easter or something. But it's a cute little game that I've completely stuffed up. What the hell have I done? Oh dear. I used to be better. I say that a lot, don't I? You trap the cats and they become cheese, and oh, they're both over there. You trap the cats, they become cheese, and you eat the cheese. So you trap the cats by boxing them into one block of space. The real art is using as few blocks as you can, because now any blocks that I've put on the upper level there are they're lost to me because I can't get them off that level. Can I trap him? Yes, I can. Good. The game, yeah, it's a fun little score attack game. The better you are at it, the easier it is. I know that sounds like the most redundant thing I've ever said, but because the more blocks you can save, the less blocks you use. I will remember how to speak English. The less blocks you use, the better off you are because you will have more blocks for the later part. And now the cat's after me. Let's let the cat eat me. Oh, there I go. Later levels introduce traps and stuff, but at the moment I'll just get a game over because if I remember correctly, it does this cool little melty thing. Probably got my cycles up a bit too fast for that. Pipe Dream is a good game as well. Pipe Dream for Microsoft Windows. I've forgotten how this works. Yeah, okay, good. No, I don't want that. It's fun. The pieces it gives you are completely random, so there's a certain amount of planning ahead required. Which, oh crap, which I just cocked up badly. Where's it going to go? There. Let it flow out. There's a certain amount of planning ahead required. The idea is to get through all the pieces at the top here, but the trick is that you can only use the piece that's queued up next on the left. So, yeah, it's pot luck pretty much as to what piece you've got queued up. And if it's going to work with, if it's going to go where you need it to go. So I can do that, and then that, and that'll go there. Yeah, see, now we're getting it. That piece is no good. That piece is good. That piece is good. Yeah, and so, I mean, it's a fun little game. You can mess around with it. You do run into the problem where you will run into yourself. Because I'm crap. There we go. Oh, no, disaster. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. Yes. Oh, it can get quite tense, and it can annoyingly sort of be over before you realise it's started, because while you're laying your early pipes, the slime will start, and then suddenly you're out. I was one away from finishing the level. So close, and yet so far. So that's Pipe Dream. So yeah, these are all just little time wasters for Win 311. The tragedy is, of course, that there are some great games in these packs that, and because they're all 16-bit Windows programs, they will no longer work with the new versions of Windows. It's annoying, but there you go. The other thing I wanted to show off just quickly before I get out of this is not Zombie Wars, because I will do a full video on Zombie Wars, but just doing all this stuff brought me back to when we got our 486. And one of the things it came with was, I don't know if it came with it or we got it, but Microsoft Kids Creative Writer and Fine Artist came on 2 CDs. And so this is just something I thought I'd show off because I installed it just for nostalgia's sake. But yeah, these are 2 really interesting little programs that work with each other. McZ was the Microsoft Kids mascot. You'll be familiar to if you use Windows Movie Maker as well. Okay, let's get done with that. So this is the Creative Writer tower, and that's the Fine Artist tower there. So if we go, you can click on, like, it's a nice little program. You can click on things like the fire hydrant and it goes like that. Trash can melts. I think it also does other things. No, it just melts. I'm just crazy. So we go into Creative Writer tower. And here's McZ. He wants to know what you want to do, and you can do all sorts of stuff. You can use the fireman's pole to go up, and you can build all sorts of projects. So on the first floor, we've got the writing studio, and in here you can just write. And so you check out McZ's carpet bag, and there's all sorts of little things in here. Save, load. You can interact with other bits of it. I forget what. It tells you a joke. Not necessarily a good one. That's the story, yeah, of how Creative Writer and Fine Artist came to be. You can get a new document. And it's actually a surprisingly powerful word processor, especially for its time. It introduced things that became standard in Word later, like this, which it calls shape words, but anyone who's used later versions of Word will recognize as word art. You can do it in different shapes. Scroll down. All sorts of crazy shapes. And different colors, alternating colors. It's very customizable. Yeah, it's really cool. And so yeah, this came out quite 93, 94, and it's very powerful for a word processor of that time. And it's a tool for kids. It's much easier to use. There were more powerful ones, but this is very easy to use. You can do clip art, and what's more, completely manipulatable clip art. It much easier to drag and drop things in this than in anything else, even more modern Word. Absolutely stacks of clip art on the discs, and you can make your own. So Okay, something's going odd here. Oh. Okay. Anyway, we can now stick that sticker there. Anyway, so this is Creative Writer. Get rid of the work we just did. The other stuff that's in this are just some cute little things, making cards, a newspaper, I used that a lot, a banner. This gives you ideas. So if you've gives you, like, you know, you can, if you want ideas of stuff to write about, it gives you pictures that you can write about, and yeah, it's all very cute. But one of the really cool things is that if you've got Fine Artist also installed on the machine, you can click here on any floor, open Fine Artist, and it will switch over to Fine Artist. You do need to change the CDs if you want all the most power. It does require the CD in to use the stuff, all the cool features. But yeah. So now we're in Fine Artist Tower. You can plenty of good stuff to do. You can make 3D shapes, which I never got the hang of. I was less of an artist, I guess. But yeah, my sister and I had hours of fun doing this. Make stickers, comic strips, picture show. Again, this is the one. This is where it teaches you how to draw very usefully. And this is the basement. Oh, it doesn't like that. Okay, let's get out of that. And yeah, so it's a really cool little program, or pair of programs rather. And you can thankfully quit from any screen. Quit Fine Artist, and we'll quit Creative Writer. And yeah, so that's the Microsoft Kids setup. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you today. Gonna do a lot more DOS stuff because I'm really enjoying mucking around with this little DOS PC, and yeah. But I just wanted to show you what I've been working on this week, give you some nostalgic flashbacks to Win311, and have a bit of fun. So thanks for watching. I'm Braden, and until next time, keep on playing it loud.